Hey guys, how's it going? It's Jewel Tolentino here, and in this video I'm going to be talking to you about how to sell on Amazon, and in particular my top 10 tips that I do when I'm using the Amazon scanning app or the seller app. So basically I have 10 tips for you guys that I've learned along the way. I've been scanning now for the FBA program for about a year now, and I've just learned some things along the way. When I first started, I had no idea what the FBA program was or how to use the scanning app and things like that. So I'll just give you a quick rundown for those of you who don't know. Basically, the Amazon FBA program stands for Fulfillment by Amazon, which means that if you've got product to sell, and you want Amazon to take care of the shipping and the customer service, then you need to send it into their warehouses. So basically what I do is I take my phone and I've got my scanning app from Amazon, which is free, that you can download. I go into the store, scan items. Let's say an item is $9.99 at Walmart, and I scan that item, I scan the barcode, and it shows me that that item is selling for $49.99 on Amazon. Then I'm going to buy that item for $9.99, ship it into one of Amazon's warehouses, and then when it goes live on the site and it sells, I don't have to worry about shipping it or have to worry about customer service or anything like that. Amazon takes care of that. That's why it's called the Fulfillment by Amazon FBA program. Alright, so I've got 10 tips for you guys when you're out and about scanning that I've learned along the way. They're not in any particular order, and I'm just going to go through 1 through 10. So let's get started. Alright, so number 1 is to bring a portable battery charger for your cell phone and to have a car charger in your car for your cell phone when you're moving from different stores. So I've got this portable charger here that I got online from eBay, I think, and basically when you're scanning for a while, like couple hours, 2-3 hours, your phone's gonna lose battery. At least mine does really quickly, and you need to have something just in case your phone dies. And when I'm driving from store to store, I plug in my phone, I save this, and then I plug my phone into the car charger so that I'm using the battery from the car. And I don't want to be out and about and scanning and my phone dies, because then it's over. Then you can't really scan anymore. So that is tip number 1, is to bring a portable battery charger for your cell phone. Alright, so number 2, this is a little ninja tip that I learned myself to make the process go a lot faster. Is basically when you have a shopping cart, and this only works for certain stores that have this the scanner. Not all stores have it, but if they do, then I will do this tactic. So basically I have a cart, right, and I'll go through and I'll choose a bunch of items. I won't really pay attention to the prices just yet. I'll just see whatever looks good, what I think would sell, put a bunch of them in the cart. Then I'll go over to one of the like, let's say Walmart or Target or something. They have their own in-store barcode scanners where if you want to know the price of something, it's like a price check. You scan the item and it tells you right away, how much the item is. So to make things go a lot quicker than just, going through each aisle and scanning and then checking out the price, I put a bunch of stuff into a cart, go to one of their in-store price scanners, and stand there with my phone. So I basically got 2 scanners going on. The one that's like, let's say Walmart's, and then the one on my phone. So I'll scan the price of the item, it'll say $5.99. Then I will scan it on my phone, and then it'll say, okay, this item is selling for $29.99. And then it'll show me my profit, and I'll say, cool, I'll choose this. Or if it's not a profit, I'll say, okay, I don't want this item, and I'll put it back in a separate part of the cart. So usually the items on one side are the ones that are good that I'm going to get, and then the other side are the ones that I'm going to discard and put away, and they're not going to give me any profit. So that is a tip to get things moving a lot quicker. If you're someone who enjoys the scanning process, and you just want to leisurely go in and scan things, then that's fine to do. But I want to get through as many items as possible to see what are going to be my best profits. So that's what we generally do when there's a price scanner in a store. So that is tip number 2. Alright, so tip number 3 is to pay attention to the packaging on the products that you're potentially going to get. A lot of sale items are on sale because the item is damaged, the packaging, maybe the item is not damaged, but the packaging is damaged, or it's like crumpled or folded, or something's partly open. Just pay attention to that, because you don't want to be sending in something that looks like it's used or it doesn't look new to a customer, because when they receive it, they may return it. So I really pay attention to that kind of stuff, and if it really looks beat up, then I won't get that item even if it is new. If the packaging's really bad, I 99.9% of the time won't get that item. So that is tip number 3. Pay attention to the packaging, because a lot of the times when things are on sale, they're on sale for a reason, and the packaging might be damaged. Alright, so tip number 4 is to, as well as having the seller app installed on your phone, to have the Amazon shopping app as well. So there's 2 apps. There's the seller app where you can scan items and see your profits and things like that, and then there's the shopping app where it's for regular people who are shopping online. The reason why I say this is because there have been a couple of times where I'm scanning through the Amazon seller app and the app crashes, or it's not compatible with the Wi-Fi, or it's just not working. Sometimes it's just, it's technology, the app doesn't work. So when that happens, I got the idea to go on to the shopping app, because it will still tell me the same price. It won't tell me the profit, but that's okay, because if I see something that's $9.99 in store in Walmart and it's selling for $49.99, I know that there's going to be a profit. It's just obvious that that's obviously a profitable item. If it's a little bit closer in price, then maybe you need to wait till the app works properly to see the exact profits. I have a rule of thumb where I only get items where the minimum profit is $10 or $15. I won't get any items that are lower than that, just because I want to get more profit per item. So that is the next tip, is to download the shopping app. It works the exact same way. You can still scan the barcode and it shows you what the price is as if you were a customer to buy it. It won't show you the profit, but that's okay, because you can kind of tell already if you're going to get a profit or not. So that is this tip. I'll see you in the next one. Alright, so this is tip number 5, and this one might sound weird to you, but it's from my own personal experience, and it's happened so many times. So basically, when you're looking for an item, and let's say, it says that this item is located here on this shelf, and there's nothing there. And then you might automatically think to yourself, okay, well, it's not available right now, maybe it'll come in next time. Well, I actually don't do that anymore. If I see an item has run out, I will still look around the area, and I will look behind products, under products, because when you're shopping, things are all over the place. Like when you go to stores like Target and Walmart, just things are piled everywhere, and you don't know, like other people put them in different aisles. Like there were things that I thought were sold out, but I found them in the food section or something like that. I'm not saying to go all the way to the food section. I'm just saying that when you see that items have run out in the area that you're looking, look around there, because oftentimes they'll be misplaced or they'll be put in a different area. So don't just think that it's gone right away. Just look around a little bit, because 9 times out of 10 I'll find it somewhere else. It's not completely gone, and so I don't just accept that it's totally sold out when I see that. I always look around first. So that is tip number 5. Alright, so tip number 6 you may be scanning an item and it's like a really popular item and it's a cool item and it's not listed, like it's not found, it's not in the Amazon catalog. Just because it's not in the Amazon catalog doesn't mean it won't sell. It just means it's not in the catalog. It means that someone hasn't created a listing for it. If you really think that it's going to sell, put it up yourself, create that listing. There were so many times where things weren't listed, and I list in Canada, so there's lots of things that aren't listed that are in the US. So I'll give you an example. I found these Cabbage Patch dolls for $8 and they weren't listed, so they didn't even have pictures online, and there was nothing listed on Amazon.ca about it. So I decided I'm going to take a chance on these Cabbage Patch dolls and I'm going to create a listing for it. So I bought 3 of them at $8 each, created a listing. I had to take the picture myself because there wasn't already a picture online. So took the picture myself and created the listing, and I listed it for $49.99. And I sold all 3 of them very quickly. So just because it's not listed in the catalog doesn't mean it won't sell. If you have a gut feeling or you know for a fact that that product is popular, then I would create the listing and sell it yourself. Alright, so number 7 is to pay attention to trends and popular things that are happening around the world. So, right now it's Christmas time and I'm really focusing on Frozen. So, items that have to do with the movie Frozen because it's so popular and a lot of kids want Frozen toys and stuff like that. And there's a lot of people who are focusing on Star Wars because the new Star Wars movie is coming out soon. So, just pay attention to world trends that are happening that people would want to buy because it's really beneficial, because people are going to, a large number of people are going to be going after those trends and wanting to buy products having to do with those popular items. So that is, this tip is to pay attention to trends, and Star Wars, Frozen, comics like Superman, Super Mario, Spider-Man, all those types of characters and toys, those do really well on Amazon. Alright, so tip number 8, this is to answer a question that I get all the time when I tell people that I'm doing scanning in a store, like using my phone to scan. I always get the question, don't you get weirded out by people looking at you, or aren't you afraid if the staff come up to you and kick you out or something, or think you're stealing or doing something wrong? And the answer is no, I don't care who's looking at me and what I'm doing, because you're not doing anything wrong. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just scanning to see what the price is. And no one has ever come up to me, or any staff member has ever come up to me saying I need to leave the store, or what I'm doing is inappropriate, or think I'm stealing or anything like that. I do have something to say if they did come up to me and ask me what I'm doing. I would just tell them that I'm scanning to see if there's a better price online. And, that's, you're not doing anything wrong if you're trying to find a better price for a product. So basically, you can just say that if you're nervous or scared, because there are a lot of people who I teach this concept to, and they get really nervous that maybe someone's looking at them. And yeah, people will look at you, but I don't really care. I mean, you're just using your phone. They might think you're taking a picture and sending it to someone. So my advice is, if you really want to make this work, I wouldn't care at all about the scanning and if people are looking at you, because if people are looking and they ask me, I would just tell them and maybe they'd be interested. So my advice is to just not care, because you're not doing anything wrong. So that is tip number 8. Alright, so tip number 9 is also a question I get a lot from people, and they ask, how do you know an item is going to sell, and what if it doesn't, and things like that. So basically, when you're scanning, you want to pay attention to if it has good reviews, if it has high rating reviews, and if it has a high rank. So anything below, for me, this is what I personally do. Anything below a 100,000 rank or lower, I will consider getting, and if it has a 3.5 star or above. The reason why I say 100,000 ranking or less is the lower number you go, the better. So let's say if an item was ranked number 1, that means that item sells like crazy. So the lower ranking you go, the better it sells on Amazon. And that's sort of just my rule that I go by, is if it's below 100,000, I will consider getting it. I also pay attention to, what the product actually is, and if it's popular, and if it has a good rating. If it has a 3.5 star rating or below, I won't tend to get it because I don't want the chance of returns or complaints or anything like that. So I usually stay above 3.5 stars rating for the item. So that is tip number 9. Alright, so here is the last tip, tip number 10, and I was stuck in this phase until a friend came over and said that I should try something else. So basically, tip number 10 is to expand your stores. Don't always go to the same store, to the same aisle, to the same category, because that's what I did. I used to go to the same store and I used to always go to the same toys aisle and only stay in the toys section because I figure parents are always buying toys, so I'll just stick in the toys section. Well, she actually, when she came with me a couple of times to go scanning, she went over to the coffee and appliances section, and she found this Keurig K-cup holder thingy. I don't even know what it is because I don't use it myself. So it was to hold the K-cups, the different flavors, and it was selling for $12 in the store, and online on Amazon it was selling for $56 or $57, so pretty good profit. And I tried one out at first, and when I did, it sold right away. So I ended up buying like 20 to 30 of those in all different locations here locally, and I think I pretty much bought all of them out, and I've sold all of them. Like every single one has sold, and if I had only stayed in the toy section, I wouldn't have been able to experience the profits in other categories. So venture out into new stores, try different stores, and try out different aisles, different categories of products. Don't just stick to one. So that is the 10th tip. I hope you've enjoyed all of these. If you have any questions, please let me know in the description below, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. This is Making Money Mondays. Every Monday I do a video about how to make money. So if you like those videos, check in the description below. We've got a playlist for you where you can check out other ways to make money online and ways to make money physically as well. Alright guys, well thank you so much for watching. If we've helped you out in any way, please give us a like, a subscribe, a comment. All of that would be very much appreciated. Alright guys, well thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.